And hello everyone! We are back with the Lincoln Pokemon League. We are here with week 5. As always, I am your host, Welfakabyadeath. And boy, do we have some games for you today. We've reached just past the halfway point of the Lincoln Pokemon League. We're in week 5 now. And just a quick one to start off. This week we will only be seeing 3 sets this week. We will be unfortunately missing the Revved Up Revereems versus the Kilowattrel Shockwaves. As they were a little bit late on playing their game, unfortunately. So we'll only be seeing 3 sets today instead of our usual 4. Just so you guys know in advance. But thank you all for coming by as always. It's lovely to see you all with your amazing insight in the chat. But let's get started, I think. We've got some amazing trainers, some amazing teams here today. Yep, 4 next week, hopefully. But last week we had the trades come into effect, and that obviously affected a few things. You saw some of the teams actually using their new substitutions from the graveyard. And so maybe this week, I think some of the teams have gotten used to their subs coming in, used to their trades coming in, and so likely we'll be seeing some more tightened play with these new compositions, with these new teams. So let's get right into game 1, shall we? Game 1 is going to be the Tinkaton Home Runs versus the Kingambit Shogunate. My goodness, what an amazing one to start things off. Tinkaton Home Runs versus the Kingambit Shogunate. I know both of these teams here, both of these trainers have amazing fan clubs for their respective sides. They both have people cheering them on in the chat, as you can see. But I think we should get started with maximum efficiency over here, right? With such an exciting match to start things off, I think we need to get started immediately. Oh, I should change that to week 5. It is not week 4 anymore. Look at me being stuck in the past. It is officially week 5. We'll change that right now. But let's get started. It's the Tinkaton Home Runs versus the Kingambit Shogunate. And so the Fuecoco coming out to start things off for the Shogunate. Will-O-Wisp going to hit the burn. Suicune going to take off an average amount there, and the Slack Off going to heal up the HP. Rowlet going to proc the Intimidate on the switch in. Going to be the Terrestrialization into the Electric type for an Oko! And then the Earthquake coming out to take out that Terrestrialized Pokemon there. Here comes the Croagunk, about 50% taken off by the Ice Beam, and frozen! Oh no! Here comes the Cacnea though. Terrestrializes into the Dark type. And another Ice Beam! The Giga Drain though, gets the Oko. And it's a super effective Thunder Punch from the Tinkaton Home Runs. Will-O-Wisp going to connect with the burn. Earthquake going to take it out there. The Cacnea comes back out, that Terrestrialized Cacnea, but it's not going to do much. And the Earthquake going to try and put in as much as it can, but I'm not sure if the Shogunate can come back from this one in game 1. The rest, though. Let's see what happens here. Liquidation. Just going to be losing some PP on this liquidation right now. And finally the burn gets it, but here comes the crunch for about 50%. And another, and that's going to be game number 1. And you can see in the chat, there's going to be no switches. My goodness. Game number 1 going to the Tinkerton home runs. And I think we're going to get into game number 2 really quickly as well. Yeah, the crab is horrifying. We've seen this crab before. That Crabrawler. Let's see what happens in game number 2. So starting off with the Crabrawler into the Croagunk. Gunk shot misses. Earthquake Okos. And what a turn 1 that is. Paralyzed with the glare. The rest. Liquidation is super effective there. Over half health. Wakes up. Now here comes the Shellos. Surf comes through. Thunder Punch is super effective. And Acrobatics gets it right back. Here comes the Psyduck. And it's frozen again! Oh, no way! But it doesn't kill! Still frozen, though! Oh. And another freeze! With the Ice Beam! Psyduck going absolutely sicko mode! Right now has to terrestrialize it into the water type. Oh my goodness gracious me, what did we just witness? Check the mods folder, check something. That is dream luck. The flamethrower finally takes one out. And the terrestrialization into the electric type is super effective against the terrestrialized water type. And that leaves the Silagrover up to bat again. But it's immune! The light screen was up! And that's the close combat to take it out. And it's going to be a 2-0 for the home runs. Sorry about the freezes. But Poker Prince, the King Gambit Shogunate trainer, is a James Pond fan. Big if true. What a very, very... wow. An unexpected game there, I think. My goodness. What a set to start it off. One in 10 of these chance. But next up, 2 in a row is 1 in 100. Oh my. The Tinkerton home runs trainer should have played the lottery that day, I think. But next up, boy, do we have a set for you. We're going to have the Salty Garganacles versus the Dunsparce Stunts Caps. You can see the lineups here. we've got a week of very exciting games here. I'll be honest with you, everybody in the chat. Yeah, two of the most explosive players in the league. Very hype set this one will be. Horse versus squid gameplay. Shenanigery about to unfold. Okay, wow. Well, let's get those lovely logos up on the stream then. And we will absolutely get things started. With the Dunsparce Duncecaps versus the Salty Garganacles. Sub to Dan, GLHF in the chat. Love to see the sportsmanlike conduct from these two trainers. I'm loving the nicknames this week from the Dunsparce Duncecaps. But this terrestrialization might be gone a bit early. The Shroodle hangs on with the focus sash. And that's the terrestrialization gone. Kazuya Mishima out on the field. And here comes that Mudbray. Switch into the Mankey. The Ice Punch not going to do too much there. Yeah, setting up in face of the Mudbray. My goodness, the confidence, the bravery. Here comes the Mudbray again. Earthquake. Oh my goodness. The curse. But a body slam isn't going to do much here. Oh my. Earthquake. The stamina. Defense rises here. This is a grindy one, it looks like. Oh no. All my PP gone. The Earthquake finally takes it out. My goodness. The Earthquake finally starting to do some massive damage. This Nacli though. Oh my goodness. Critical hit on the facade, but it's not gonna matter. Close combat coming through. And the recovery! Is it gonna be a one-mon sweep from this Nacli? Surely not, right? Critical hit with the close combat. Oh my goodness! The recover. The reflect finally wears off. The critical hit. And the earthquake. Oh no, surely not. Nacli with the draining kiss. Nacli gets hit by the draining kiss and it's another earthquake. Oh my goodness gracious me, the Nacli. For the Salty Garganacles, what a sweeper. Just stayed out for 5 Pokemon straight. The Garganacles will happily take that one. Yep. But the Duncecaps are cooking some subs. So let's let them cook and we'll see what happens in game number 2 here. You can see now the substitutions, and it's going to be the little Shellder, it looks like. Okay. Let's see game number 2 of the Dunsparce I can't speak, say that 5 times fast. The Dunsparce Duncecaps versus the Salty Garganacles. Ugh. Swords Dance coming out. The sash hangs on. Poison Jab coming out. Picking up the first KO. But this Poison Jab. Finally immune and sets up the Reflect. But another Oko! Oh no. Ice Beam finally connects. And picks up that KO. It's Snova. Will it be Snova after that terrestrialization? Let's find out. The Giga Drain! Oh my, it's looking to be a swift one. The Blizzard takes off 80% of the health bar. Paralyzed by the... Oh no, maybe? Earthquake. But no, the Blizzard. And I think this is going to be about it. Yeah, protected. Great protect timing there. Block the Night Slash. Crystallization into the flying type. Aerial Ace finally picks up that KO, but there's 4 more mons to go. And I don't think it's going to do it. And that is going to be it on turn 16. My goodness. And you can see the Salty Garganacles trainer happy with the squad they brought. A day's planning well spent. My goodness, that's a 2-0 for the Salty Garganacles there. And we'll be getting into our last set today pretty soon. Like I said, we will be unfortunately skipping the Revved Up Reverooms versus the Kilowattrel Shockwaves. The Salty Garganacles trainer saying in the chat, worked out there was absolutely nothing Jensen could do versus Nacli without Litleo. Jensen is the Dunsparce Duncecaps trainer. So yeah, that's some really good forward-thinking, great planning ahead there. But due to the fact that obviously we will not be seeing the Revved Up Reverooms versus the Shockwaves today, our last set today will be the Leapin' Low Kicks versus the Clueless Clodsires. And you can see the teams they brought right here. Let's see. Oh, no spoilers in the chat. But we will find out if this one goes the distance or not. Let's do the logos really quick. Prediction of a game 3. Okay, let's find out if you're right. We got some fans in the chat cheering on their favorites. With that set, let's get into our final set of today. The Leaping Low Kicks versus the Clueless Clodsires. Gillette Chef in the chat, love the sportsmanlike conduct as always. Going to be immediately switching into the Venonat. First impression, and the U-turn. What's going to switch in here is going to be the Galarian Meowth. Remember to watch out for this Fast Bush and the Wingull in the back. The Flash Cannon, Ironhead comes through. Flash Cannon picks up the first KO of this match here. And the mascot picks one up right back and into the Phanpy. Terrestrialization into the Ice type, and that's a great Terrestrialization to stop the Ice type move. Terra Blast connects it. And here comes the Wingull. Wingull, I should say. But it's an Oko. First impression comes through. And this Power Gem is just picking up KOs left, right, and center. Dracor Meteor. And that's a great switch out, I think. Ice Beam comes through. And here comes the Fast Bush. The Terra Blast going to pick up the KO. And GG's in the chat after that one. Accuracy was a problem apparently in this one. But that's game one going to the Clodsires here. Entire team versus Ice Beam, pretty much, yeah. No subs. So, let's see if we can expect the same in the next one, or if there'll be a different strategy going into it. Game 2 of the Leaping Low Kicks versus the Clueless Clodsires. Super effective knockoff. Going to take off the Eviolite. Oh no. But here comes the low kicks. And the mascot gets the KO. U-turn comes out. Let's see what the switch-in is. It's going to be the Wingull. You can see all the shit coming through on the switch-ins with the Stealth Rocks and the Toxic Spikes. Oh, the Volt Switch! My goodness. But the flinch, no problems though. Gets the speed up. Ooh, still wasn't fast enough. Leech Life coming out, good to heal back up there against this Venonat. The Stun Spore fails, and here comes the Leech Life again. Morning Sun to heal up again. And another Leech Life. And another Morning Sun. Just going to be trading off some healing, and finally a U-turn from the Leaping Low Kicks. Bug Buzz isn't very effective then. Magnemite comes out, but the Surf, perfect for the Oko. Great timing on that, and the Rowlet into the flying type. Surf used again. The Giga Drain picks up the KO. Now it's a 3v2, but this Low Kicks is on half health. But the first impression not going to kill there. Roost going to get back the health. And this poison chipping away. Leech Life picks back up some health, and the Roost again. Another Leech Life, I think that was to be expected. But slowly dropping. Yep, the Giga Drain. Going to pick up that low kicks there. And here comes the Noibat. Yeah, the Draco Meteor comes out and picks up the KO. Could this 2v1 make it one apiece? Here comes that fast bush here. The Roost back to 100 HP, 100% HP. Rapid spin. The speed is getting set up now. The Air Slash! Now, it's just one apiece, one Pokemon on either side. The Draco Meteor. Air Slash misses! And the Draco Meteor picks up game number 2 for the Leaping Low Kicks. My goodness, and it looks like the Clodsires are looking to make a change for game number 3. It's our first and only game number 3 for today. Let's see what the change is. Oh my. Oh ho ho ho. There's the switch. Let's see if it pays off for game 3, the last game of week number 5. Leaping Low Kicks versus the Clueless Clodsires. I already have some people saying in the chat, Maku for the Meowth is Sophie, the Ice Beam City surely. It's a 100% Oko Terra Blast. What a read off the terrestrialization. That is so huge. But an Oko right back with that Iron Head. And it's a read right back in each other's heads right now. That resists the Power Whip there. And here comes the Galarian Meowth. Yeah, what an amazing set so far. Yeah, the luck is not coming through, and there's the Paralyzed Morning Sun. There's been a lot of luck-based infractions in these sets today. Morning Sun coming through again, going to heal back up, Paralyzed, switch into the Noibat. And finally a Morning Sun to get back to full. And the Hurricane. Yeah, Hurricane is not doing well. Hurricane, okay, that's a good one, we might be using that. But it's a 2 for 2 at the minute. I think we're going to be using Hurricane. But here we go. The Strength Sap coming through. And here comes the Low Kicks. Poisoned. First impression. Just under half health there. Going to heal up to full. Yeah, this is big chess here. Big 4D chess. The Stun Spore fails. Here comes the Leech Life. Yeah, that Venonat is tanky. We're just going to be healing. The Venonat finally knocked out, and we're back to the Noibat. And here comes the Finizen. The Ice Beam! Huge Oko! And it's 3 for 3! Oh no! It's going down to the absolute wire. The Surf coming out, picking up the KO. Surf right back. That's not going to kill. Ice Beam going to take just over half health. Rowlet gets hit by the Surf. That's a great switch into the fast bush. Air Slash going to take off a lot of the health there. Resists the Power Whip. Air Slash going to pick it up, and now it's just the Wingull against 3. Hurricane actually going to connect. The Hurricane connects one time. Here comes the Fake Out. It flinches. Into the Finizen. Hurricane connects again. No way. Hurricane. And the fake out gonna pick up the KO. GG, the Hurricanes evened out in the end, made it close, made it one each. Oh, how close can you get? What a set. 2-1 for the Clodsires that time around. Yep. As some people are saying in the chat, 1 turn in it. I was thinking Terra Ghost for this too, because I wanted another spin blocker. There you go. Then went Terra Ground. There you go. So the amount of thought and preparation that goes into some of the games, the planning some of these trainers have. Unreal Games, absolutely. Wow, what a week, what a week. And you know what's absolutely insane? We are very, very, very slowly creeping towards the playoffs. We have 2 weeks left before playoffs. Can you believe it, everyone? We've come so far. Only 2 weeks left of the regular season, of that regular split. And then we're into the playoffs in week 8. So it's going to be last chance saloon for some of these teams in the next 2 weeks. Have to put everything into it if they want to qualify for that illustrious week 8, that playoffs week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I've been 12 Hack for Your Death, your host, stream manager, and commentator of the Lincoln Pokemon League. As always, thank you to Poker Prince, the trainer of the Kingambit Shogunate, for allowing me to run the streams. We will always be back next week at Sunday at 6:30 BST. And if you want some exclusives, please go join the Lincoln Pokemon League Discord. You get to know the matchups for next week early, and you might get a little sneak peek at what people are planning ahead for, and see how the games are going just a little bit ahead of time before the streams happen. So please go ahead and join the Discord. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and cheerio.